Alright, so today the old 125 crawler is going to be getting some attention. We're going to give it a long overdue oil change, and we're going to repack the cylinder that's been leaking on the other side of the machine. And we believe the fan needs to be flipped around on this as well, because it overheats after extended sort of use when it's on high idle, or revved up high rather. And these fans were meant to be reversible for winter and summer mode, so we believe it is set to winter mode, where it's actually blowing the heat onto the rad from the engine. So we're going to change that around as well, and any other little things we come across while we're into it. So let's get started. And because you're probably going to see it in the background and have questions about it, Victor recently acquired a 88 GMC Brigadier with the 3208 cat in it. And it is in pretty well mint condition. I'd open the door, but it's all locked up, and Victor's just going to tear into the loader there. But yeah, anyways, hopefully that'll be in some future videos of us working around here on Victor's property. But anyway, back to the loader. Okay, so we're going to start with looking at the fan, and it is an easy to change fan. So you can see the springs on the bottom of the blades where they connect. You're supposed to be able to push the fan blade in and turn it, because they're meant to be reversible for the different seasons, provided they aren't seized. So right now, the loader arms are in the way, so we'll fire it up and lift the arms out of the way, and we'll see if we can twist them. You're just testing out the fine tuning.
It went in.
Well, that's a start. And that is why you look at the end of these fan blades and they look like they've been beat on with a hammer, because they have been. So Victor's doing it correctly here, where he's got a bar extended in and he's hitting the base that's meant to be hit on. Oh, they're barely seized. Aha! They're moving. Or it's moving, rather. Perfect. That's the position you want. Oh, went in a little bit more.
I believe it should go a little more than that.
Yeah, I think it should go a little more than that. Ow. What's that?
Maybe that's all they do go.
It could be. Well, try the next one. If they only all go that far, then we'll turn it on and see what direction the wind's blowing. No, it went a little further, so that one blade is going to have to go a little bit more.
We'll come back to that.
Well, he's got all but one fan blade turned. And it is the third one we ran into that just doesn't seem to want to move. So, I guess we'll keep wrestling with that. Slowly but surely getting it with the pipe wrench. I believe in the 70s these were designed to be easier than this, but you know.
Oh yeah, the book tells you it's just push in on them and turn them. You can do it all by hand.
Exactly. We must be doing something wrong.
Yeah, we're not in the 70s.
There is that. Okay, perfect. Now that should solve our overheating issue. Oh, while we're here, we're just going to tighten up the fan belt a little bit. Well, Victor is, he brought it up. Now that fan belt could be changed at some point. It's actually not in terrible condition. The edge of it's a little worn, but it's good for what we're doing for now. So the way you tighten these up, in case you didn't know, is you loosen the bolt on the alternator, and then the alternator slides out, and that's what puts tension on the belt. So anyways, that was a 2-second job. Let's fire it up and make sure the fan's blowing the right way. All right, much better. Blowing air the right way now, sucking it away from the rad. That should definitely be better. All right, on to the next issue. We're gonna rebuild the cylinder. So let's get the loader back down and we'll take that cylinder off. Oh, bucket's back down on the ground, just pulling the pin here so we can pull the cylinder out and get to the seals. Trying to turn that cap off there. We happened to find a pipe wrench in the back of my truck that was big enough. They're both 24-inch pipe wrench, but this one opens up wider for whatever reason. But we're not going to question it. We're just going to call it lucky. We're going to get a great big bar to put on that other end and see, well, something's going to let go. Either it's going to come unthreaded or something's going to break. Let's see what happens. All right, so we have one of the side rails that truck used to have on it. And we're going to see if that goes on there. It does. So let's test how strong one of these are. Perfect. Not very strong. Okay, we need a new bar. Well, Victor went through his piles of garbage around here.
Wow.
And, well, that's what you said. Okay, Victor went through his piles of salvaged materials and was able to find an old pipe or a post driver. Should be a little stronger. Oh, careful. I could hang off there with you too, but we're going to end up eating dirt. Believe it or not, that is on there.
That's not right.
And we're going to try the old heat it and beat it method. Because worst we're going to do is melt the old seals out of it that we're taking out of it anyways. Hopefully we don't catch any hydraulic fluid on fire. Well, that'd be fun. But anyways, yeah, let's give it some heat. Hope it cracks loose. Man, still not wanting to cooperate. And more heat. I'm going to try to apply some pressure while he gives some heat to it here. Oh, listen to it. Still no. I guess this is why those hydraulic shops have those big machines. But Hard to carry those around with a bush fix. Oh, I think I saw movement. Hard to say, that could be hopeful, but... Oh, I think it's definitely moving a very little bit. We're bending the pipe wrench. Okay, pouring the heat to it. We got to move here. And my ingenious or stupid idea, but whatever you think works. May not be the highlight of safety, but this is definitely not a how-to video. Careful, it might be warm. Do we need to reset it?
I don't know, unless you think. Hit her with the bar.
Sad seat. Well, we've been at it for 10 or 15 minutes now. We get up high enough to just about the point it wants to kick out the jack. So then we reset. We have to give it some more heat because it cooled down and won't move again. So we'll keep at it. All right, 30 minutes later of using the old farm jack here, jacking up on the pipe wrench, Victor's able to turn it by hand, so that speeds things up, but holy crap, it is warm today. The old sun is just beating down on us.
Not entirely sure if this is classified by hand.
There's a lot of pipe and wrench there, but you know, I'll still call it by hand.
I think this is, that's probably the original package.
Yeah, seems that way. Holy crap, that was on there. The pipe wrench has never seen this work though. Well, we'll do this for a few more minutes and get her apart. Oh, we're getting close to the end now. She's been a battle the entire way. We had to pull out the jack a couple more times. There, finally, it's off. So these threads have seen better days, but Victor's confident he should be able to clean them up, at least enough to hopefully we don't have to fight that hard to get it back on, but we're fairly confident this is the first time this cylinder's been apart. So yeah, that's fun.
Release the schmoo.
Release the seal. Need to hold the controls back here so that he can pull that out. Okay. And I'll go reset up the jack. All right, she's in vise. New seals. And let's get after it. And now this big nut has to be loosened. Whew. I wasn't sure what was going to give first, that nut or the tailgate of the truck. Oh. Oh, holy crap. No, it didn't. Oh, well, it's turning. Yep. Wow. Well, luckily the nut gave first.
I
had this bar on this side holding the cylinder from turning. Pulled so much he bent that bar. But we are getting it done. All right, big nut off. Ready to repack.
Okay, remember that hole faces in.
All right, you heard him. Remember that hole faces in. So we video these things. It's nice to go back and look if you do get lost.
Pretty sure. No, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be some kind of a lip seal in this general
Vicinity?
vicinity.
I know, hard to say. I guess if we have one, we'll put it in. If not, we're going to assume it didn't have one.
Oh no, it definitely had one.
Oh, I know.
Probably in a pile of fill somewhere.
Yep. Well. A few years of stuff in there, eh? Well, try to clean up these threads on the inside of there. Take the wire reel to it. See if we can get all that crap out of the threads in there.
That should go on meow.
Perfect.
There she goes.
A little extra persuasion.
There you go. Except for you.
You didn't think it would easily go on, did you?
I was hoping so.
Try to hold this end for you. easy on the hip. Sorry, go on. Okay. Perfect. All right, we got those back on, the nuts back on. Well, it's started, it's not tight yet. We'll tighten that back on, and then the struggle for putting it back together begins. Hopefully less of a struggle, but we're fixing to find out. Bring up our bar to hold it again. Reversed it in the vise because obviously it's easier to pull down. So hopefully this is a little easier. Engage the extra leverage.
What are you backing up for? Are you scared, Cole?
Nope, I'm backing up so I can see this pipe, see if it's going to bend in half again.
Click.
Perfect. And time to try to reinstall. I may have to go around and hold the jack. And we got it poked back in there. All right, we just put that pin back in there too. Because we didn't want that to happen. When twisted on that nut, that jack was all that was holding the cylinder up. So we got that pin back in there, so that should be a lot safer to be twisted on. But the nut's fighting, but not as much as it was when we were taking it off. So it's gonna be a little bit of a do in here, but we'll get her done. Well, it's together. Took both of us on that pipe wrench hanging off that bar. Sorry I didn't get that on video, but we got it tight. So we'll top it back up with hydraulic fluid here, clean some stuff off the tracks and stuff, fire it up and see if it drips. I freaking hope it doesn't drip. All right, let's fire it up here. Oh, oh, oh. So far, so good. Perfect. All right, well, that's another thing fixed. Now time to do an oil change on it. Hopefully that goes a lot easier than that freaking rebuild did, but anyways, okay. Well, this is a lot easier since the belly pan's still off of it. That's why we left it off. We've been planning to do an oil change now since we basically got it going and realized it was worth saving. All right, well, once that finishes dripping, we'll stick the plug back in, do the filter, and fill her back up. Well, before I could get over here, Victor took the oil filter out, but the filter housing has stuck to the filter, which shouldn't be a big deal. Well, got the adapter out of that, no problem. You just gotta find it down in there. Aha! Perfect. Adapter reinstalled. Perfect. Clean the oil out of there. Also, before anyone says anything in the comments, I did put a chunk of metal on top of that cylinder there to jam that in the event the hydraulics were to seep or a line blow or something. So a little piece of safety there. But anyways, installing new filter. Wrote the date on the filter. Perfect. Now let's refill it with oil. All right, funnel inserted. And this will take a minute or two. And
Nearly full.
well, just about. A little bit more. And we'll see what that says. And what do we think?
Oh yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Just a tickle over.
That's fine, it'll suck in. Once we fire it up, the filter will take a little bit, it'll be fine. Perfect. Put the plug back in that. All right, oil change, fan turnaround, hydraulic leak fixed. Oh, that's a big bunch of stuff off the list, so it should be good for the next project. So, picture of the side of the test tank machine off this. You just want to level this area off there. Because we have that great big trailer that is storing the my place. It's going to be coming up here in a couple days, so just want to flatten that off. And then I'll be sure to come up here and make sure he gets in all right. Worst case scenario, hopefully we'll just have to hook onto the truck and throw her, but if we're lucky, he should be able to fit up in here all right. So we'll just see what happens. But anyways, yeah, we're going to test out the loader and flatten this spot out a bit better. Right, well, that's good for now anyways. You should be able to park a trailer on that, no problem. Victor says the heat got to 190, which is quite a bit better than it was. It was pushing 220 at times there for me, which I was uncomfortable with, but I'm not actually sure, neither of us are actually sure what these old machines are supposed to run at, but once you get over 200, it sort of, we think things are getting a little hot. So anyways, yeah, so hopefully that's fixed. We still have no dripping from that cylinder, so that's fantastic. And yeah, I'm sure it's loving the oil change. So anyways, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.